Pete's Pigskin Previews spotlighting 80 area high schools from 6-man to 6A as we get ready for the high school football season. Pete's Pigskin Previews are brought to you by Wayland Baptist University and Raider Pump and Supply. Remind us how Lovington finished up last year.
Last year we got beat in the state semifinals by Silver. I think 6 years ago coming in here, if we would have finished as state semifinalists, I think that would have been okay. But now, the standard of what Lovington football is now, being a state semifinalist is not where we want to be. And so, but had some success last year, had a tough non-district schedule, and this year it's going to be the same way. So, but our team grew. We got a lot of kids coming back, and they're hungry to do better this year.
How many starters are back, offense, defense?
Offensively, we have 6 starters coming back, and defensively, we have 5 starters coming back. So we got a good core group of kids coming back and got a ton of experience last year. We have 32 lettermen coming back all together. So we got a bunch of guys coming back that have a lot of experience, have been played against some really, really good opponents and been in some very big games. And so having that experience coming back is going to be helpful for us.
When you look out on the field, what do the Lovington Wildcats look like this year?
We're going to be a team, like I said, that's hungry. In the past 4 years, we've been state semifinalists twice and won a bowl championship and won a state championship. And so just bringing back that championship mentality here to Lovington has been huge for us. And so, the team's excited. We've had a really, really good offseason. 96% of our kids have competed in more than one sport this past school year, and they've had great focus in our off-season and in the weight room program. So, they're really, an experienced group that's hungry and wants to bring that 20th state championship back home to Lovington.
And talk about this community of Lovington and how they support this school and all athletics.
The town of Lovington's unique. I mean, this town is on fire for Wildcat athletics, not just football, but all of our sports. And so our town and community supports everything that these kids do, and they want them to be successful, and they expect them to be successful. And so I think, what we have going on right now in our town with our athletics and academic programs and everything that's going on, Lovington's doing a lot of really good things right now. We got a lot of kids involved, and the community support, the administration support from everybody is awesome.
And then, Coach, I know if people saw this blue field, they're probably thinking Boise State, but not many people have blue turf.
It's pretty unique, and when we get teams that get to come from all over, we got 2 teams that we play in Texas that they get to come over here and play, and playing some teams from the northern part of New Mexico that get to come down and play during the playoffs. And it's always something special, and it's something unique, and not a lot of people have it, and we're very, very blessed to be able to have the facilities that we do have. And Brian Erlacher has poured back into this community, and it's been awesome, and he's done a lot of things for Lovington athletics, and so we're very blessed to have the things that we have.
Talk about your non-district schedule.
I think it's one of the toughest non-district schedules in the great state of New Mexico. We open up week 1 against the 5A state semifinalists from a year ago, the Roswell Coyotes. Very experienced, tough, physical football team. In our non-district schedule, we don't play a 4A opponent. And so every school that we play in our non-district schedule is bigger than we are, but it helps prepare us for our district schedule and then hopefully our push for a state championship. And so week 2, we go to Seminole. We cross the state line and go and play a very well-coached football team there. Come back home and play Santa Teresa from the western part of New Mexico. And then we get to go to Hobbs, which is one of the largest high schools in the great state of New Mexico, and get to play them over there, and then come back home and play Denver City, Artesia, and then they get to play Santa Fe High, which is another 6A school program here in the state of New Mexico. And so playing those really, really good championship programs on our non-district schedule, again, just helps us to prepare for our district schedule. We have 3 teams in our district. We open up with Bernalillo, a team from the northern part of the state. They get to come down here and we play them here. And then we'll play Albuquerque Academy, which we'll travel up there to play them on a Friday afternoon. And then we wrap up district play against the Portales Rams, who last year were 9-3. We beat them in the quarterfinals last year. They're going to be a very, very good football team. They got a lot of good players coming back. And so it's a very tough schedule, but our kids are looking forward to it. And again, they're very motivated right now, and they want to do the best that they can for their community.
And what are the goals this year for Lovington?
You know, the goals of our program, number one, is to help teach these kids life lessons that are not going to help them only be successful on the football field, but most importantly when they leave this place. And that's our goal every single day, is to help better, make them better young men and better in the community, better in the school, better at home. And then number two is to bring a state championship back here home to Lovington, number 20. And so, again, they're a very motivated group, and, they want to be able to put their number on the back of this stadium and have it up there for forever. And so that's our goal right now, is they're a very championship driven group. And so again, finishing as state semifinalists a year ago, it's not enough to them. And so very hungry group, and we're going to work and do everything that we possibly can to bring that 20th state championship home.
And I would think in a town like this, tradition doesn't graduate. A lot of these kids, probably their parents were on title teams.
Absolutely. When you go into our film room there in our field house, you got a picture of every single team that's come through Lovington. And then we have a very unique picture that's on the wall in our weight room, and it's got every championship team. And so when you look in there and you see our kids when they come in there to work out every single day, or we have a meeting in our film room, and they just, as they leave every single day, they've seen the same picture every day that they've walked in there. But every single day when they put their chairs up, you can see all those kids looking, and that's my cousin, that's my brother, that's my dad. And so there's a lot of pride that these kids have when they walk through that blue door every single day. And whether it's for practice, whether it's a film session, whether it's getting ready to play on a Thursday night or a Friday night, these kids feel like they have a responsibility. They feel like when they come in here, they're not playing for just themselves. They're playing for the ones that have come before them, and the ones that have set the tradition and the great things that go on here at Lovington High School and with the Lovington Wildcat football program. And so it's a very unique place to be, and again, just very blessed to be the leader of these young men.